One of the cool things about this Alpine is the fact that this harness has everything that we need to attach into the car, not attached to the radio. That means we can plug everything in and then plug it all into the radio. It's kind of cool. There's 3 harnesses that need to plug into the radio. The rest of this stuff needs to get tucked down below the radio and as far out of the way as possible. Well, it is definitely a super tight fit in the dash. Bezel's in place. One of the criteria for this install was that the screen not cover the gauges. So I need to bring the screen down about 2 inches. And that's done by adjusting these 2 screws on either side. I think that works. Allows us to see the gauges. We can still get to the knobs. Going back in the Alpine parts bag, grab the little silver screws with the blue Loctite on them. The last thing to install are the cool little covers for the side. That was a workout. First thing up, before we set the crossovers, is to do the distortion detector. The reason you want to do this first is once you set the crossovers, you might go out of the frequency that this uses. This uses the frequencies 1040. That means the mid-range and the mid-bass would be totally out of the range of this. We have a tone playing right now, 0 dB, 1000 hertz. Crank it up all the way, Fernando. I have no distortion, that's great. And we do get some gain. Add 0 dB, play -5. My plan is to set everything to -5 and then go back and turn things down to blend it together. Moving on to the mid-range channel. And then lastly, the mid-bass channel. We'll move on to the subwoofer amplifier, switching tracks to 40 hertz. Volume on the radio is all the way up. And there we go. All our gains are set. Next, we'll move on to the crossovers. A couple things you need to know before you set up the crossover points. For one, the tweeter is the most important thing. You don't want to blow your tweeter. We need to know the FS of the tweeter. Alpine, which I cannot understand why, does not publish any of these numbers. If they do, we can't find them. But that's okay. Thanks to D'Amore and Steve Mead, we have the IM-SG Plus. And what this is designed to do is find that point. And it does it automatically, which is really nice. The old one, IM-SG, did it as well. It just didn't do it automatically. You had to turn the dial really slow. We have both. This one is way more efficient. It's going to play a test tone, and as I turn this dial, it's going to look for the highest ohm load. That is going to tell us that number, and then we need to multiply that number by 2, 2.5, 3, 4 in order to get a good crossover point. This guy listens to rap music, which means we want to put it a little bit higher than we would, let's say, somebody that listens to 80s and 90s rock, because we don't want them to just destroy these things. For those of you who are like, I don't have any of this cool stuff, a good place to start is 3200. Press clear, turn the dial slowly, makes noise. When it's done, you can look at it. We have 1.77 kilohertz. Perfect. We know what we need. We can take that number and now multiply it and get our crossover points. Turn the radio down. Green, good. When this lights up green and you're playing your test tone, select read. You're gonna get an arrow here that's gonna tell you to turn it up or down. We get a blue light, that means where we need to be. We still need that frequency though, because we need it for the mid-range, which is gonna be the top. So we'll move our jumpers down. Select off, select on, read. This amplifier has notches in it. Really hard to stop. As you can see, it's right between it. So we'll just get as close as we can. Next up, go to 350. And just like before, the frequency falls right in the middle. Hey, but that's okay. We have the crossover set. We're gonna be using the radio to set the sub-amp crossover, so we don't need to do that. We can now move on to screwing the wires back in and actually taking a listen to it. All the wires are screwed back into the amplifier. We've honestly been playing with it for a little while, trying to gain match everything. I asked him the type of music he listened to. He very pointedly said, rap. No hesitation, nothing. So that means rap it is. I'm not a rap guy. Fortunately for Fernando, he has a young teenage daughter.
Hello, rap.
Wrapping Christmas presents, wrapping birthday presents.
Rapping.
So we're using his playlist. He's sitting in the driver's seat because he's way better at this than I am. I haven't listened to this kind of music in a while, so it does me no good. I'm tweaking and he's nay in it. We don't have the subwoofers hooked up yet. I'm gonna play 3 seconds of a song. Thank you, YouTube.
Told me I should go and sell drugs. Niggas with the jail. Ain't nobody put the bail.
Loud. It hurts my ears. Is that the goal?
It is the goal. I like it.
Okay. We did turn a hair, just a hair down. Nothing more. Just a hair. Thought the tweeters were coming in just a little too like in your face, because I mean they're right in your face. I mean, right there. Just a hair, not enough. Fernando says he didn't hear a difference. I heard a difference. We need to get the subwoofers in. Oh, we also mixed in the rear speakers just to the right amount. Basically what we did is we wanted them to be present because we were going for the overall volume of the system. So we're just kind of turning our heads and making sure that the sound just doesn't disappear. It's a good way to blend in the rear speaker. Like when you're sitting like this, it's not distracting, but if I go like this, then the sound doesn't stop.
You notice.
That's how we blend in the rear speakers for people that want predominant rear speaker.
I normally blend like this.
I just go like, I push a button or flick a toggle.
Yeah. I mean, that's new technology, man.
I know. We added in this stopper right here to this so that subwoofer won't go sliding around because this is a Roush. So a quick checklist as always when we're done with the car. Subwoofers are in, subwoofer mount is in, bass knob works, steering wheel controls work, backup camera works, amps are set, crossovers, gains, all that fun stuff, fuses underneath the hood, obviously the battery's back connected. Am I missing anything?
The steering wheel control works, everything works.
Dash is all snapped back together. Always do a once over, make sure all the parts are in the car, like you didn't miss like the side of the dash. There's these little plastic panels. They go right here. You don't notice them, right? Because the door's closed. Every car usually has them. Make sure those go back in. This one's ready to go. It's ready to be delivered.
That's it.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. Perfect.
Well, end the show.
On to the next one, guys.
You guys have a great night as always. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.
Bye.